Hey guys, welcome back to our MatchBattlers video, and in this one I'm going to be doing a TCG binder showcase suggested by Ashley Nicole. Here's your binder video, and it has nothing on the front, nothing on the back. So what I was thinking of doing is making this kind of like a series, like the progression of what's in my binder for MatchBattlers. I also saw Scribbles with Rachel actually have a binder, so might as well have one as well, because I guess they're kind of useful, actually. But, so I'm just going to start off with this big paper right here. So, this is what I kept track of the, art contest 1. And then I'm just going to block off this part, because it has some personal information. So, yeah, this is just random stuff. This was the old rules, and then this was something. And then this was actually a design I had for Biggering. When I said that I couldn't have him in the game, I made him orange, but actually I'm just remaking this. Also, this part wouldn't be here. It looks like he's wearing a shirt, but I messed up on that part. This is actually going to be called Ruin. Ruin with, an R. Ruin, and he's going to be like an orange Biggering in set 2, so. And then, obviously, you see all this stuff in here. So we have just like a random pack, and then we have the shiny cards from before videos. These things are really shiny. You got Blaze Knight, Nitrous, and then Super Ninja. I don't really use these. I just don't really like them. I know you guys like them a lot, but like I don't really like them that much, just because it's hard to read the numbers and stuff, and because the colors just don't really pop, so. They're still cool, though. And then these are actually base cards. This was, I thought of something, but then it didn't really work, so. But these are, they're not made of the same material. But yeah, shocking for energy storage. So, they basically were just, I don't even know. I kind of forgot. I think it might have been the old rules, actually. And then right here, if I can get these, so you have the old Hatchet Ninja before I made the new one, which looks a lot better, in my opinion. So there's the old Hatchet Ninja. And then also have this, which when I said I couldn't keep Biggering, I remade him into a blue one, but I can keep Biggering now, so the blue one's kind of just random. And he's the same thing as Biggering, like Mega Punch is the same. This is different, but the numbers are the same. So it's literally just the same card, so I just kind of put it away. And then this card, I guess you could say this is a future card, but because I am going to add this in the game. This was actually the, the entry for Brad Draw's art contest. This is the Jacko Giant. So yeah, this was it. And, it wasn't in his video because he didn't do a video. I was kind of bummed out when he said that he only posted a picture of the first place winner, so he said he was going to do a video with all the entries, but he didn't. But anyway, so here's mine, the Jacko Giant. This is, I'm going to add this in my game. I actually really like this. It's probably going to be a rare card. Anyway, so on to kind of like the good parts. So we have, can't really see it. Can't really move it up forward. Right here it says decks, game modes, and ideas. And do I have anything else in the back? Oh yeah. So this is, I don't know what this is. This is kind of like a wallet made out of duct tape, but you were able to like put your cards in them. So like you could put your cards in that one, and then put your cards in the top one. You can actually put a couple decks in here. You got that pocket, and this one. The only problem with it is that it's not really that good. I can still use it, it's just that it's not really that good. And then this white thing is just like this stuff. But if we go to decks, the deck files, we have this page right here. So this page basically just tells you all the decks in MatchBattlers, because if you don't really know too much about MatchBattlers, or MB is what I call it, MB is super simple. It's probably one of the simplest games ever. You only need 3 cards for a deck. So right now is the deck. So you only need 3 cards in the deck. I'm actually thinking of doing another contest. I'm not going to give it all away right now because I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do it. Basically, you guys are going to be able to pick your own decks, and then me and my cousin are going to battle like a tournament, and then whoever wins will win. So I think I'm the only person that can do that because I'm probably the only person with a 3-card deck card game. But anyway, so there's cheap deck, and then it's just like a bunch of stuff about it. Like you have what a cheap deck is. Oh, sorry. 6 points or under, could be 7 if wanted. And then you have dying. And then you have just some decks, but there really isn't many cheap decks, so this is just all of them. And then what these mean is common, rare, common, and like rare, common, rare. And then this one right here is just triple rare. That's what it says, this deck. And then above legendary, common, common. So, and then you move on to this one, balanced deck. This is like medium rarities, legendary, and rare. Most likely under 9 points or is 9 points. So any deck that is under 9 points or is 9 points, like around that, is a balanced deck with some strong cards. So like triple legendary is a good one, and then legendary above legendary and rare is also a good one, and then duo and double rare. So, and they all have like names. And then on the back, there's heavy decks, which I also call them glass cannon decks because, so it's for reasons. I don't really want to get into it. It takes a while, but the decks are over 10 points, or it could be 10 points. Hardest to make, but very strong. So, heavy decks, in my opinion, are probably the best decks in the game, but they're not, because if you know how to play, it's mainly just dice roll. So actually, the best deck is actually the cheap deck. The cheap deck's the best. But if you get bad rolls, or like okay rolls with your dice, then it's probably going to be a lot harder for you. But yeah, there's just some decks right here. Like triple duo, which is insane. Triple above legendary, and then standard heavy deck, which is AL duo. And then this right here is like a chart of all 3 of the decks. So the check is good, the X is not so good, and then the O is okay. So cheap deck, obviously, you just have the basic stuff with the cheap deck. Balanced deck. Balanced deck is, there's no bad things about it, but it's not like the best. And then the heavy deck, there's a lot of problems with it, but these two, they just get rid of all this. Because this one right here, best chance to win games, and then this one's strong. That's why, probably kind of why the heavy deck's the best. But balanced deck is good, and cheap deck is really good. Because this is the, if you get good rolls, it's the best deck. And then balanced decks are strong, but still cheap. So the decks, there's some strategy to them. Although when you're playing, there's not much strategy. But it's still like really fun. Anyway, so then you go into the game modes. This is probably my favorite part because it's kind of like the best part. Anyway, so game modes, you can't see it. Hold on. Game modes played with all standard MB materials like dice, cards, and players. So these are all the game modes so far. If you guys know how to play, you can request some game modes, but I don't really think anyone's gonna be able to do that. Just because I only made a video of how to play it. It's not like you'd get it 100%. But you have boss, and then you have all 3 mayhem, and then you have like a picture, kind of like the show. And then you have 2v2, which is that's basically 2v2 is probably like the simplest one. And then draft, rarity fight, and villain and heroes, and I think that's it for now. So, I'm just going to do just like a little summary on all of them. So, boss is basically where you choose one of your battlers and it gets +3 power for every roll. But if it's destroyed, you take 2 points extra. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that, but I think I will. All 3 mayhem. This one's really simple if you know how to play, but you won't understand it if you don't. You can use the attack dice to help make an all 3. So, like it says right here, if one of your bases is a 5, and then 2 of your attack dice are also 5, that's an all 3. Well, normally it's only the base dice. So this one just includes the attack dice. So you get all threes more. This game mode is, I guess it's kind of fun because you can end games like really quickly with it. And then 2v2 obviously is gonna be good. It's basically just a 4-way battle, but 2 people work together and can't attack each other. That's pretty much a 2v2, and then there's also 3v3 and whatever else you want. So if your teammate gets out, it's basically just you versus them two. And then draft, you have like a deck of cards. You draw 3 off of it, and you choose one and put the other 2 on the bottom. And you just keep on doing that until you have 3 cards. So that's basically just draft. And then rarity fight. Rarity fight's kind of weird. It's not really a game mode, but it's still there. So if you have 5 players, you can do like this guy, like this thing right here. This guy's an AL. This guy is a legendary, duo, common, and the rare. And then basically what you can do is like one player is like all rares and the other player is like all duos, and you see who wins. But this rarity fight just is basically basic decks. So, but villain and heroes is like where there's 2 people against 1 guy, but the 2 people are just like standard rules. There's nothing special. And then the 1 guy has 4 battlers, and all of them have a +2 power boost for every roll. So that's all the game modes for now. Because really, you can play whatever you want with MatchBattlers. It's not like a specific game. Like there's like 2 ways to play. You can play this game with whatever you can think of. So that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. This is the old rules. So I even wrote right here, old MB rules. So this page is kind of useless now because it's old rules. That's pretty much it for the binder though so far. And then all these pages in the front would probably just be like random drawings or something. But yeah, that's gonna have to be it for the binder. So if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe to see more. I might do that contest. Comment if you think it's a good idea. It's where like I show all the cards from set 1, and then you pick 3 cards, and then we battle with the decks that you made. So if you think that's a good idea, we'll do it. But we can only have 8 people because it would be so many videos with more. So that's the only bummer. But anyway, I think this is going to have to sum it up. It's a pretty long video, and see ya.